Okay, my name is Kim Brown Campbell, and I am so excited to be here today. I am both a resident of the heart of Missoula, and in fact, I'm a resident right here of the historic East Pine neighborhood district. So I actually get to live right here on East Pine Street, and I feel super duper duper lucky. Moved here about 12 years ago, so a lot has happened in that time frame to the heart of Missoula and to Missoula as a whole. So we're here today, gathered here, to celebrate a very special event. The heart of Missoula is one of 5 neighborhoods in the nation to receive the 2017 American Planning Association's Great Neighborhoods in America Award. And that's what we're here to celebrate today. So the ceremony today is brought to you by the American Planning Association Western Central Chapter, the City of Missoula, the Downtown Missoula Partnership, and the Heart of Missoula Neighborhood Council. We also want to thank our sponsor, Blackfoot Communications. So just to give you an idea, the Heart of Missoula comprises downtown proper, from the Clark Fork River to the railroad, Easy Street to our east, and May Street to our west. So I just want to say that this is my favorite neighborhood in Missoula. I am very biased because I live here as my neighborhood, and for the longest time I got to work in this neighborhood for the county of Missoula. So I could walk to work every day, which is one of the most wonderful things about our neighborhood. And I really think this win came just for us in this moment. So it's telling us something, right? Yeah, so that, exactly. So our artwork can spin for us. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about all the superlatives of this neighborhood in particular. We have more festivals than anyone can name. So I just invite anybody, if you could name them all, I'll buy you a beer or something, because it is just amazing. There's always a festival happening almost every weekend. Parades. The parades here are kind of cool because sometimes it's hard to tell who's in the parade or who's observing the parade, right? I know I'm always one or the other, so I can say that. We have a diverse array of shops and retailers in this neighborhood. The public library is in this neighborhood. It also is on its way to a wonderful remodel, which we're super excited about. And we have a ton of public art. I can't remember the exact number. I think it's something like 52 pieces. That may be all of Missoula. But nonetheless, Heart of Missoula has a great deal of public art. We have the public market in this neighborhood 6 months out of the year in our neighborhood. We have First Friday events every first Friday of the year. And this is one of the ones where we get this spectacular weather in October. City parks and open spaces. And I'm going to have other people talk a little bit more about that and also about planning for this wonderful neighborhood. Have the experts talk about that. One of the most unusual and alluring parts of the heart of Missoula is the river and the recreation that comes on that river. I am from North Carolina, and I spent a lot of time on the coast there, and I never thought I'd move to Montana and see surfing. So that to me is something, surfing in a mountain town, who knew? We have a gorgeous carousel with the Dragon's Hollow Park right there for kids. We have nonprofits, much like Venture Cycling and others in this Heart of Missoula downtown area. We have a world-class art museum, the Missoula Art Museum. Woohoo! And we also have this fairly new art park, which connects these two wonderful organizations and our Missoula, and these wonderful pianos that are throughout Missoula, but several in the heart of Missoula. So that's just a tiny bit of what all the wonderful things about the heart of Missoula. I also want to point out our transportation, that this is a place that is super easy to walk, bike, and fare-free bus. That is something that a lot of cities, especially some downtowns, but not all, and we are very lucky to have that via a grant and to now have that continue. One of the things, just a quick snippet, is this summer was the first time I went in front of the Missoula Children's Theater with an inner tube and a cooler. I won't say what's in the cooler, and got on a bus and took it down the Clark Fork and got on the tube on the river and floated back downtown and walked to my house. So I'm pretty sure I can't think of another city where you can do that. Okay, so that's enough of me going on and on and on about this wonderful neighborhood. I would like to introduce Allison Malk and also Dan Cedarberg. And Allison is from Orion Planning and Design here in Missoula. She's the president of the Western Central Chapter of the American Planning Association. And she is going to present this award along with Dan Cedarberg, who is on the Downtown Master Plan Committee. And they are going to present this amazing award that we are receiving to Mayor John Ingen. And where is our mayor? There he is. Yes, come on up. We're going to have Allison and Dan and Mayor Ingen. Come on up, please. You're the next contestant on award ceremony 2017.
Okay. All right. Got a lot going on here. Okay. So, as Kim said, my name is Allison Mauk. I am. Huh. I'll hold my post-it. Okay. So I am here on behalf of the American Planning Association. As Kim mentioned, I am the current president of that organization, and also a Montana Association of Planners board member, for those of you who know MAP. As a professional planner, thank you. I'm really excited to be here to present the award. I'm also excited the fog lifted and my plane was able to land this morning. But I'm also really excited to be the one presenting this award as a newly minted Missoula resident. My time in Montana, yay! So for the past 10 years that I've been in Montana, I've had the pleasure of working with communities across the state and know from experience that Missoula really sets the bar. This community joins 274 communities nationwide, coast to coast, in being recognized for the Great Neighborhoods Award. And that award goes to not only neighborhoods, but streets and public places that offer exemplary planning and a sense of place and contribute to the value of the communities. This is the 10th year that the American Planning Association has been awarding or recognizing communities. And so it's a real pleasure to be able to join you all at this event and recognize Missoula for the success that you've all experienced. Not least of which has to do with planning, but there's a couple factors I'd just like to highlight. That bar that I talked about and the bar that the Heart of Missoula in particular sets is not just because of great plans. It's because of the aggressive carbon reduction program that the community is considering. It's, as Kim mentioned, the focus on multimodal transportation options and making the community safer for bicycles and pedestrians, and offering public transit. And it has a lot to do with the vision, the community-driven vision that went into the downtown master plan. And that continues to lead the way for the city as it grows and changes into the future. And that planning effort, that vision, really came from partnerships. And partnerships are the keystone of any planning process. And Missoula has partnerships in spades, and people who are not newly minted residents of Missoula are going to speak particularly to those partnerships. But I'd also like to highlight that with partnerships come, where's my post-it, come the need for great leadership. And leadership is not only top-down, but it's also community-driven. And I think the thing that I have recognized as a resident and a non-resident of Missoula is that this community is strong because it believes in the vision that it has worked so hard to create and preserve and lead and forward. And that commitment and that dedication to that vision is seen across the board, from the top down and the bottom up. And I think you all should be very proud of pursuing that and continuing to drive that forward. So with that, I'm going to pick up it disappeared, the award, and invite Mayor Engen and Dan Cederberg on to the stage, and I think there will be a photo opportunity, I'm assuming. Oh gosh, okay. All right.
Rose between thorns.
Yes. I did shower today. I know, isn't it? Woo! Words to say? Okay, I'll go get the screen. Pull it down. Okay.
Well, I'm here today on behalf of the Downtown Missoula Partnership. I'm on a number of the boards that are represented in the Downtown Missoula Partnership, and I have the perspective of being a downtown employee since 1980 and on the MDA board since 1987. So over those years, I've had a chance to observe the partnerships that were alluded to, and it really has been a pleasure to experience that. And I think, we have the beautiful sky, we have the beautiful mountains, we have the beautiful river, but we also have beautiful people. And it has been those people, both in the private sector and the public sector, who have made this award possible. So I'm humbled and honored to be able to say thank you for all those people for this award.
That is a highly graphically appealing award as well, and appropriately light, so we can carry it everywhere we go, which I appreciate very much. Well, it's really a privilege to spend a little time with you today, as I do every 4 years of late. I apply for a job, and that lengthy job application has given me some opportunity to reflect, and largely that reflection has been immensely gratifying, again because of partnerships. I wish you could be here today. Ellen Buchanan and I traveled to South Carolina in 2006 to attend the Mayor's Institute on City Design. And from that meeting and from the conversations we had with planners from around the nation and mayors from around the nation, we brought back the notion of a downtown master plan. We saw the opportunity, and we knew that we needed partners. And because this is Missoula, and because downtown Missoula is a special place, we found those partners in spades, and those partners stepped up to not only participate, but to put money behind the project, money behind the plan, blood, sweat, and tears behind the plan. And ultimately, when the plan was adopted, they engaged in the hard work of implementing the plan. And that, as they say, is the secret sauce. The fact that this plan is a living, breathing document that we refer to in my office weekly at least, and that's not an exaggeration. And I know the implementation team always has that document on its mind. And that implementation, that vision, that commitment to the plan gave a lot of folks confidence in downtown Missoula, our seriousness, our commitment, and our desire to do great things in a great place. And so downtown Missoula in 2017 is a much different place from downtown Missoula in 2006 and 2007, and it wasn't bad then, but it just keeps getting better and better. And because we believe in the planning process, we're currently engaged in raising money and energy and commitment to dust off the plan, understand what parts are still working based on changes, and what's left to be done. And I think that plan revision will likely demonstrate the same success that the original plan has. We have created a place for all people, and that is critical these days, that we recognize that downtown Missoula, the city of Missoula, is for all people. So we plan, we build, and we care for everyone in our community. Thank you very much for all of your hard work on behalf of the many people who do wonderful work for the city of Missoula. I thank you, and I want to congratulate Dan and all of the partners for their wonderful work and belief in this wonderful place.
Let me just adjust for the tall mayor here. All right. Next, I would like to introduce Brian Von Lossberg. He is our Ward 1 City Council representative and also a council representative on the Downtown Master Plan implementation team. It's a mouthful. And where is Brian? There he is. There's our man. All right. I'm going to step down and you can step up.
Thanks very much, Kim. It doesn't take long living in this community to know don't speak for long after an award is presented and after the mayor speaks. So I'll keep it pretty short. It's my great honor to represent Ward 1 on City Council with my colleague Heidi West, who's out there. Ward 1 is comprised of the Rattlesnake and the North Side and the downtown that we're celebrating today. And it really is a great honor to represent the ward and the downtown. My wife and I and our 5-year-old daughter, we used to live in Lower Rattlesnake. We bought a house over in the North Side. And one of the most compelling things to us when we were looking for a home was, you know, this sort of short radius where we could walk or bike to downtown, because it was just so critically important for us to be close to this downtown. We came here for grad school, fell in love with Missoula, fell in love with the downtown. We come down here all the time. And it's also my honor, as was mentioned, to represent the council on the Downtown Master Plan implementation team. Everybody, the mayor really nailed it in terms of the value of that plan. He talked about, I think, you know, his staff every week is thinking about that. Council thinks about it all the time. It's a critical document in our deliberations and our decisions. And council has tremendous respect for what's in that plan, the process that was used, the partnerships that helped develop it. And when the downtown team, when the master plan team comes in every year and gives an update, it's one of the best times of the year on council to hear about what's been accomplished, what we're looking forward to, and how we can get there. I want to recognize again Dan. Where did Dan go? Dan, over here. Dan is one of the key members of that, and there's several other people, some of whom were already mentioned. Linda McCarthy, I don't know, there are not enough good things I could say about Linda's leadership with that team. Matt Ellis, Ellen Buchanan, the co-chairs, and then we've got representatives from all kinds of sectors, the MDT, nonprofits, the Housing Authority, the university, council. I mean, you can go on, and that's what happens. I'm holding in my hand, you know, an agenda. We have this monthly agenda that Linda sends out, and we get together every month and we work on that plan. And we've got a big critical update coming up, and it's exciting. You know, we've all been involved with plans that you don't see realized, and that the downtown plan has this great vision, and it's been so gratifying to see that vision actually realized. So thank you, Dan, and all the other folks who are members of that team for the work that you do. You know, the mayor says he uses being intentionality a lot, and I've come to copy him in that regard, and my 5-year-old really doesn't understand it when I talk about being intentional about this and that, but she will at some point. But look around. This is what happens when you're intentional. This is what happens when people get together, listen, and put all the oars together and row in the right direction. Great things are possible. So thanks all for coming out, and thanks very much. Kim and Allison, you guys really, I mean, Kim, you just did a wonderful job describing what is so wonderful about this area. And Allison, thank you in particular for recognizing the Energy Conservation and Carbon Action Plan. I really appreciate that. But thanks for your remarks.
So next up, I would like to bring you Anders Brooker. He is a Heart of Missoula downtown business owner, resident of the historic East Pine Neighborhood District, and board president of the Missoula Downtown Association. So I think he was called, like, he's the trifecta here. So Anders, come on up.
Well, Brian mentioned as the show goes on, we got to get shorter, I guess. So I'll keep it short. It's an honor to be here, to be part of this amazing award and work of so many people. As you guys heard, we've had a business in downtown Missoula for 16 years. We live 3 blocks up the road, my wife and I, and just like the rest of you, every time we leave this town and have some great adventures, we get home, the next morning we walk back to work, and we realize what kind of place we live in and how lucky we are to be here. I will say, I'm going to let some of you do the math. I don't know if Dan can still do the math. He's getting up there in age, but I'll let you do the math here. In 2001, I opened a business at the age of 20. At that point, it was about building a business. It was about building our own community, and I felt like over the years we gave back and we did the right things, but it wasn't until I joined the MDA board that I saw how much work people were putting in to build this community, whether it was Mayor Ingen or Dan Cederberg or the volunteers and the people donating money and the people giving their time. And I get to make a living working downtown. But the thing that inspired me was so many people give to the master plan, give to where we are today, and they don't have any skin in the game. Besides, they want to build a great community. And we use that word a lot. All of us, I think, up here today have said the word community. And I truly believe that the reason that people are giving so much to the master plan and to our great downtown neighborhood is because they want to be part of something special. And they want to be part of a community. And as we talk about the future and talk about where our downtown's going to be in another 16 years, I just did the math for you, another 16 years, it's going to come from everybody here. It's going to come from all the people who continue to give and continue to inspire. And being part of the MDA board and seeing what the BID does and the MDF and all the other people, it just continues to inspire me and want to make us all better. So thank you guys for all your hard work and for this amazing award. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we are almost at the end of our program here. I would like to thank all the members of the community, yes, and the committee that went into planning this event, because isn't this nice? Look at this. And we ordered the sweater, so you can thank the committee members for that. And also the wind's kind of, or as soon as I say that, we'll get a big gust. But I want to have Josh Eder come up and just say a word about our sponsor, and then we'll close it down from there. Josh, friend of mine. All right. Thank you all so very much for coming and for listening to all these wonderful speakers. I appreciate it.
All right. Welcome everybody. Once again, thank you all for being here tonight. Tonight wouldn't be possible without special supporters. Tonight, our event sponsor is Blackfoot. They couldn't be here tonight to speak on their behalf, so we want to have a special thank you out to them for making tonight possible. All these great drinks and food and whatnot. In addition to that, you'll see on the signs here to the right and left of the stage our other sponsors. So a big round of applause to them as well, along with everybody else attending tonight. So thank you. So in closing, I hope everybody sticks around. We have a lot of food left. There's a lot of drinks still to be had. It's a beautiful evening, so I hope we stick around until about 6 or so. I'm part of the Missoula Downtown Foundation, and we're lucky enough we get to talk about Christmas lights and flower baskets in Karis Park. So tonight we are hosting this event, and it is our big kickoff for our campaign this fall as well. So thank you all for being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.